My name is Amber Manuel, and thank you for tuning in to Oceania Minutes. Today, we'll be talking about the similarities and differences of the economies and youth cultural identity of American Samoa and New Caledonia. American Samoa is an unorganized and unincorporated territory of the United States, according to the CIA Fact Book. Their economy is tied in with the United States economy, and their monetary currency is the American dollar. Also, their labor is governed by the U.S. Department of Labor. One economic challenge American Samoa is currently facing is minimum wage. Even though they are governed by the U.S. Department of Labor, their minimum wages are particularly lower than the United States minimum wage of $7.25. Fili Sagapolutele of the Samoan News Now said American Samoa is the only U.S. jurisdiction with 18 different industries with different minimum wages. The lowest minimum wage category is $4.18 per hour in the garment manufacturing industry, while the highest is $5.59 in the stevedoring, lighterage, and maritime shipping agency activities. The cannery's minimum wage stands at $4.76, while the minimum wage for government employees is $4.41 per hour. To talk about this more, here's Faith Lea Siolago.
Not a lot of people understand the economic circumstances of American Samoa, for it is quite complicated. I was born and raised in American Samoa, and my family and I understand the struggles of our economy. My father worked as treasurer for the American Samoa government under Governor Toniola Tulafono, and he also worked as chief financial officer for the power authorities. He did the best he could to bring money home, not just our home, so to speak, but for American Samoa in general. Oftentimes, I'd hear discussions about corruption within the government, especially with the misuse of funds and grants by individuals with authority. It's difficult to maneuver in this government when each representative or matai are guided by their own motives in regards to money that is brought in for its people. Our people have been pushing for higher minimum wage for a very long time. It's difficult to make a living in American Samoa with the very little a person can make. The prices of goods are constantly increasing, yet the pay stays the same.
One solution that I have for this economic issue is for the United States government to help the American Samoan government more. Since American Samoa is owned by the United States, I think that the United States should help them more and guide them financially and maybe even help them financially. If they're going to own them, I feel that more guidance should be provided for them to help get their economies back up and help better the lives of the American Samoans. New Caledonia, like American Samoa, does not own its own country. It is part of France, and its economy is also tied in with France. In addition, they use the franc as their currency. Unlike American Samoa, though, their economy is healthy and fairly stable. They have the highest per capita GDP in its region and has about 25% of the world's nickel resources, according to Business Advantage PNG. Although their economy is influenced by its nickel exports, in 2014, the price for nickel dropped, and that affected their economy greatly, according to Business Advantage PNG. Being dependent on one resource is not the best thing for an economy. A solution I have to help this would be for them to build up their exports and their reliance on other resources such as iron. This may help them maintain their economic stability. In American Samoa, a couple of their youth cultural identity problems are their learning of their traditional language and outside influences. To talk about this problem more, here's Bernice Niuatoa.
Talofa, my name is Bernice, and these are some major issues regarding to our Samoan culture and traditions. First is our language. Most people tend to speak the second language more often rather than speaking our proper Samoan language in any occasions. The reason is because we had to come to a world understanding and technologies despite the importance of our Samoan identity. Another main issue is the way we present ourselves as a Samoan boy and a Samoan girl because of the strong influence from the outside cultures. Most people understand of the Samoan costume and when should they wear it. However, the influence from the outside has made a huge change of how a Samoan identity should be witnessed. For Samoan boy, they must wear a lava lava. For someone girl, we must wear a puletas, and this R signifies the value of a true Samoan individuals.
One solution that I have for this youth cultural identity issue is for schools and families to instill the traditional language in their children at an early age. Children learn languages easier when they're younger, and this might help them be able to speak the language properly as they grow up. Also, I think schools and families should help their youth understand the importance of their cultural practices. If the children are not taught that at a young age, they grow up without really understanding the importance of it, and that's when it gets lost or forgotten. This is what helps keep cultures alive for next generation. In New Caledonia, their youth cultural identity issues are more extreme than in American Samoa. The Kanak, or a term for the native people of New Caledonia, their youth are having an identity crisis. Like American Samoa, New Caledonia is governed by an outside, larger country that encourages modernity. Although they are living in a time where their elders call them to be traditional, but they live in a non-traditional modern setting. Julie Harris, in her blog New Caledonia Today, said that the elders have lost control of their youth, and that the youth no longer respect elder and tribe or authority. Since the youth have lost their identity, their observations of cultural aspects have diminished. This is different than American Samoa because there they still respect their elders, and the bond between the elders and the youth is still very strong. Also, they're more stable in their cultural practices and are more connected to their culture. A solution that I have for this issue is for groups to be formed for the Kanak youth to unite them and to help them bring them back to their culture. In these groups, they could learn how to do their cultural practices, and they can be amongst one another who are all having the same problems of trying to conform to modern times where France is encouraging them to, but still going back and staying within your roots. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for learning about American Samoa and New Caledonia with me. Until next time.